84 Yamakwa Baba daily update TV so na message send na channel issue no hete adoma no subscribe no like no share ma wona epense bi etie so enye bi etie na message say dane day na obeje bre ni adaje na wa subscribe say drop any latest news bi a obeje bre na so enye bi etie na nsembe na betodwa the latest news a abebom no yes pressure on national security in Yeru John Doman Mahama said Akufo-Addo should be arrested and prosecuted. Ninyina is almost just and day Jumedie ni niema etima koswo mine mu a kese niema akoswo NDC for ayo mo ho katasumu na so ena we ye madamfo ye ba ni eje ni pan we ye madamfo NDC for you should be very careful mo pesa niema no we ba ni we ye madamfo ni eje no ebi na esi wo energy sector no nipo mo na diskana no mu ye in charge afenyo markings ni nkofo mu ye in charge of container procurement yi na omo no efa scan for mo nsase no edru ba bi na jinapo no eja wo mo no atiesi krumo no kohwehwe containers abreso a those people responsible be arrest wo mo no na baby and creda mudi ato no wo atiesi dwom na wo ko luku for containers abra waja enkofo no me responsible na so mu take duties of the procurement supplement no well na omakasa im say ni bread e yaba because ye mungram na yentie nsem ni bi efiri ho ba no na ye ba de aka no me de emunsem nyina ebebram
just prosecutions against people like Addo and so on and so forth. And yet you have evidence and you are sitting on it. Seriously, I believe that Akufo-Addo should be criminally prosecuted.
Hey!
Because everywhere you look in the economy now, he managed the country in such a way, say, it was sheer criminality. How do you sit down for 4 or 5 years and allow ECG to deplete our resources? Huh? And yet you want to get away with it. He's the worst, most criminal-minded president this country has ever had or will ever have.
Former President Nana Addo.
Yes. Sa Palahala Manu.
Oh! Doc.
Yes.
I don't know a friend Aparahala.
Nara Yankwala, yes, Nibatieti, a friend of Palahala. And yet, indeed, from Palahala, we are Palahala.
Oh,
Yes.
Eti wunya yanka na nado na nkasa mom na prosecute no.
Yes. Criminally minded person.
Eti se Dr. Tony Eduti wana wote se NPP minority aye press conference and make suggestion say womo ma energy minister 7 key point obetimi agina so energy sector no agina na nanso a wote a how do you feel?
Woman named 7 key points, and I don't know I implemented over the past 8 years. A car, that electricity, any energy producing, and then no one create here. John Mahama put buffers in place, like ESLA. Oman collateralize ESLA. Adia put on electricity. Now, I was a utiaka. Photo ha udebakwa kutiaka. Sa photo no more anyam view. Now, yes, I know man and our bonochrono.
Because so NPP be free abamu. Can now omo energy sector no. 3 billion dollars. Ena the no mo de IPPs no ye 1.73 billion dollars. Enti we no nyina wote se minority na twa mo e san ye press conferences a wo no mo nya adwen kura.
Oh, I don't know my age. I about them. And some phone almost to go a criminal.
FM 92.3.
We say we've kept the lights on. You kept the lights on at what cost? Who boka go also say I've kept the lights on. Who could boost and power say I don't see. Excuse me to say that is nonsense.
Nti dog said ye waka no yenya gidie se bre ko nanim yi britie mu a ye betimi ehu se ye kanea no begina na nan so.
Yes, I hope so too. I have confidence in this government to rectify things. Last time round, somewhere in 2015, I think Omani Boama and Hannah Tete were at The Hague. And I told Omani Boama that if by June 2015 they don't solve the Doomsday problem, the NDC will lose the election. And it came true. We solved the problem, but we solved it too late. We solved the Doomsday too late. At this time, I hope it doesn't take that length of time to find solutions to the problems which the NDC government has inherited.
Ma free energy sector na yemra Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And what say a gun economy na recover ebano. Ma yemfa ho credit ma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene na bansan se wo mu ebefiri aban mu policies o mu de egu ho ene ne de resource a yehu ne nti wo mu bi te say good for oil policy a mo de ba ye ene ne ma akodo policies akodo a NPP de ba ye mo gya ho ene ne Ghana fo enya mfaso nti say your credit bi a yemfa ma the then NPP administration but not NDC.
The governance of a country is a continuous affair. So, Nema John Mahama Digu formed in 2016. MPP by and Womo Tuaso and Kanyesa Yama Titi Pansami.
Ahoto FM
It is a
92.3.
say your goal for oil policy and I am responsible. That's a good thing for Ghana, and it's a good thing for the NDC government to continue. But and so I say, the greater source of the means by which we have resolved the exchange problem is that of the tariff increases by President Trump of the USA.
Okay. So must say a trade war now between
yes.
the US and China, no?
Okay, now 2 weeks ago, the cedi to the UK pound was 20 plus. Against the euro, it was about 17 plus. And the pound to the cedi is just 17, and that of the euro is 13. Now, what is a Britain and our European countries won't amount to tariff war against any country now?
There be.
In the air, then, as the cedi is also doing well against the pound and the euro.
FM 92.3.
It's not only the against the dollar that the cedi is doing well. It's doing well in all of its international trading currencies. Now, we Kuntumpo no the Nabra Basamo Ba, Mr. Baulaya, the only person who has been called by Google as Baulaya. So I had an ordinary number to me. Yabono at our own trying baby. You free a mind, you want to papa within the past 3 months or 3-4 months. Ghana for your who toy back.
But what tie from some economists are omo mu say we no ma ye nye because betimi aye 9-day wonder bi anhwa na ibrekɔ na nimu no na dollar no asa geni momentum a wasan abebu afa cedi no so we yi aye kɔ no betimi aye sustainable.
Everything depends on so many circumstances.
FM 92.3.
They said the Messiah and the city is appreciating against all its major currencies, which means domestic policies must have a great deal to do with the situation. On the other hand, I was here as I said, the Ghanaian economy, is externally dependent. Depends on so many factors. Your trade balances can change any day by factors that you have no control. In which case, the performance of your currency will also suffer.
FM 92.3.
But so far, as the evidence clearly indicates, the city is doing well. And I wish that the government will continue to do what it is doing domestically to hold the city up.
Doctor, finally na memfa NC Emra na yehu se Ghana mampanyini John Dramani Mahama Apau Ekuo eye National Development Plan Commission NDPC wapa hontoma obi beka ne se we no ye Trinidad aban bia ba na wapa nso aban foforo ba na wode na agenda foforo aba we hwe NDPC a yapa hontoma yi a ebetimi aboa ma ebehu se Ghana yewo development plan bi wo kwa aban bia ba obetimi afolo.
NDPC na no I was one of the first team of directors who developed Ghana Vision 2020. Now, Ghana Vision 2020 was not a plan. It was a broad statement of aims, goals, objectives, and strategies. What was needed was to translate that 25-year strategy into actionable plans. And we never did it. A plan must always have quantifiable variables as well as quantitative variables.
Okay.
To say, Accra. Yes, in the future, in the next 5 years, we think Accra will grow by, say, 25%. So Accra will need an increase of 25% schools, 25% hospitals, 25% increase in water supply, and so on and so forth. These are the quantitative aspects. And then you go to the monetization aspect. Because of these objectives, the plan anticipates that the government will generate such and such an amount to cater for those objectives. The plan doesn't need to succeed in any single year. Whatever shortfall it has, you roll it over to the next. That's why we said the plan must be multi-year rolling.
FM 92.3.
Now, since I left the NDPC, no government has ever managed to put out a quantitative a monetized plan. And as I keep saying, the data that was provided for the 40-year plan, is it a reliable data? Where did the data come from? Did it come from the district assemblies themselves? Because according to the NDPC development planning policy, it's a bottoms-up style of planning. It is what a local community wish to have that the central government must plan for. So it is the local community that should provide the data that should inform the elements of the plan.
Ahoto FM 92.3.
I don't know whether the data came from the local community or it was a constructive data by the NDPC itself. Now, the one area where the NDPC has not fulfilled its constitutional obligations to Ghana is that the NDPC was supposed to be the aggregator and the synthesizer of district level and sector level plans, which will inform government budgeting. So far, we haven't seen anything like NDPC plans informing government budgeting. It's rather the other way around. The budget fees